Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? It's the Magic Perspective with your man, Eric Wilson, alongside my brother, Mr. Alex Fleming. As always, to start my show today, we need justice for Breonna Taylor. We need justice for Elijah McClain. We need justice for Vanessa Gillian. Well, let's get down to business. Let me get my brother up in here, the one, the only, Mr. Alex Fleming. Sir, Monday morning. What's going on? How are you?
I'll keep my head down and I'll keep swinging.
Okay, fair enough. Well, let's get to it. Yesterday, Orlando Magic went to overtime with the Boston Celtics. However, were unable to get the victory, 122 to 119. So, Alex, let me just go directly to you. What were your thoughts on the performance of a, let's just say, a bench producing Orlando Magic squad? Because without Isaac, without Gordon, and without MCW, they had to rely on the rest of their players to step up yesterday.
Don't forget, without Evan Fournier. This is what I find quite ironic about the loss yesterday. They played with more heart without Gordon, Isaac, Fournier, and MCW. And it's a damn shame. If they played like this the entire season, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in right now. An ill-advised, I don't want to say dumb because I know why he did it, but an ill-advised three from Terrence Ross in overtime. It should have never went to overtime because we were up 5 points with less than a minute to go. But that's the magic of Boston. Something special about this Boston squad. Jason Tatum wouldn't allow them to lose. Gordon Hayward went crazy. And it was just size. Between Wanamaker, Williams, and Diaz, there was only so much that Vucevic could do. And he played a hell of a game on offense and defense.
Yeah.
This game hurt because they showed heart and they lost. Yet when they had their key players on the roster, like what we saw about 5-6 months ago, and without Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Enes Kanter, they still got smoked. There needs to be changes on this Orlando Magic team because some people come to play and some people are just trying to stat pad. They're 2-4 now in the bubble, and they're officially the 8th seed because somehow, some way, the Nets beat the Clippers.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that because that broke my heart last night when I actually saw that go down. I was like, really? Now all of a sudden, and I understand our premise from before that the Nets do play better without Kyrie, but I mean, come on. Y'all beat the Clippers last night? The Clippers. The team that
Convincingly,
you,
by the
sir,
way.
the team that you, sir, have picked to go to the NBA Finals. And I want to get into that after we finish this up. Here's what I'm going to say with regards to the game last night between the Celtics and the Orlando Magic. I will agree with you that there was definitely more heart that was shown last night. But the one thing I think that I have to give kudos to the Orlando Magic is in moments like what we saw yesterday, they took 100% Boston Celtics team to overtime, minus 4 key pieces. So I have to say to myself, and I have to think about this and say, okay, is it them? Is it the players who didn't play yesterday? Or is it a collective of the coaching? And you know me, I'm very rare to say anything bad about Steve Clifford. I love that man, love everything that he's doing. But 3 out of the 4 guys who did not play yesterday are primarily your starters. You have MCW, who is a defensive juggernaut. I'll say it for all those who are scared to say it or don't want to say it or feel that he is not. I call BS because every time he's on that court, that young man plays like it's his last game. He leaves it all out there. He's not afraid to get a technical. He's not afraid to get in your face. And he's also not afraid to take the ball from you. But when those 4 guys, again, did not play, and you're relying on the Gary Clarks of the world, you're relying on your veteran and DJ Augustine, James Ennis, a guy who did not start with this team, but has come over and just kind of thrusted himself into this role as being somewhat of a facilitator and at times even being a floor general. I have to ask the question, why are we not rolling with those who, as you say, are there to play versus those who are there for stat pads?
A very intelligent woman was helping me out this morning because I was going through some things, but what she said struck a nerve and it made sense. You can't allow the actions of others to dictate how you choose to lead. People on the bench played better than the people who have the contracts that are either sitting out, injured, have a groin, or just taking the day off. I find it funny that the Magic lost this game by 3 when Boston was at their full power, yet we can't sniff a victory against them whenever they decide to sit players and we're at our full roster.
Right. I don't know. So one last piece I do want to bring up with you today here on the Matching Perspective with Alex and Eric. Our colleague, Chris Pirtle, AM 1370 of Sports Junkies down in Vero Beach, posted a comment basically about the NBA Finals. And he said that you, sir, you, Mr. Alex Fleming, are kind of changing your finals matchup based off of what you've seen inside the bubble. And I would like for you just to speak on that for a minute, because he and I are sticking with our predictions.
All right. I didn't change a thing when it came to the Clippers. I said they're going to the finals. I said they were the best team in LA. They're going to represent the West. The reason why I switched from Boston to Milwaukee is because this Milwaukee squad is playing differently. Budenholzer is decreasing their minutes. Antetokounmpo and Lopez each had 34 points against Luka Doncic in that classic that took place Saturday night. Giannis is hitting more threes. They're having more paint production. They're playing different in the bubble than what they did in the regular season. And if you look at the bench, more people are coming off the bench and contributing. I think Budenholzer is trying to get them ready for Boston. They're not worried about the Magic or the Nets. Let's be completely honest about that. I don't believe the Heat match up well with the Bucks. I think the Pacers match up better with the Bucks than the Heat do. But the Pacers and the Heat are going to have to deal with each other. So they're going to get a beat-up product. I believe Budenholzer is getting ready for Boston because they've seen Boston the last 2 years in a row. And with what they've been seeing, they know Boston and Toronto are going to play each other in the second round. So if I'm a betting man, I'm thinking that's why Budenholzer has increased everyone's minutes, why he has Giannis taking more 28 and 30-foot jumpers, and why they're trying to get a down low pass presence so that way they can do the pick and pop and they can run more screens. Not every loss is a bad loss. He's teaching them.
Okay, fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the Match Perspective with your man, Eric Wilson, alongside my brother, Mr. Alex Fleming. Make sure you check us out as the days and weeks progress, because we here doing it for you, so you might as well get used to seeing our faces. That being said, everyone have a great day, and we will definitely be speaking to y'all real soon. Peace.